Hello, I'm Martin Park. For those that don't know me, I'm a naturopath and a master coach and trainer who has been working professionally in health, fitness, wellness and personal development for over 46 years. If you are someone who is interested in learning how to maximize your overall health, well-being and performance, then welcome. Today, I want to talk about something that, to me, is so fundamentally simple, so ridiculously obvious, that it's almost embarrassing that we need to have this conversation at all, but we do. The topic is fatness, weight gain, getting chubby, packing on the pounds, however you want to phrase it. So allow me to state my view right up front. It's not what you eat, it's how much you eat. Full stop, end of story. The science is settled, the debate is over, and anyone telling you otherwise is either trying to sell you something, they've been thoroughly brainwashed by the diet industry, or they're a complete idiot in the mold of a flat earth believer. Now, before you start typing furiously in the comments about how I'm wrong, let me explain something very simple to you that I hope you will understand. Your body is not a magical unicorn. It's not a mysterious black box that operates on fairy dust and wishful thinking. It's a biological machine that follows the laws of physics. And the first law of thermodynamics, which, by the way, has never been repealed, states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. In human terms, this means if you eat more calories than you burn, you store the excess as fat. If you eat fewer calories than you burn, you use stored fat for energy. It's that simple. But somehow we've managed to complicate this basic truth into 1,000 different theories, diets, and explanations, all of which to me make absolutely no sense at all. So here are the simple truths. Point 1, a calorie is a calorie. From a pure weight management perspective, 100 calories of processed junk food is exactly the same as 100 calories of organic superfood. Now, before you think I've lost my mind and I'm advocating for a diet of nothing but donuts and soft drinks, let me be clear, I'm not talking about health, I'm talking about weight. These are largely two different things, and confusing them is part of the problem. Yes, the quality of your food matters enormously for your overall health, your energy levels, your mood, your immune system, and about 1,000 other things. But for the specific question of whether you'll gain or lose weight, quality is irrelevant. Quantity is everything. It's like asking whether premium petrol or regular petrol will make your car heavier. The answer is it depends on how much you put in the tank, not which grade you choose. But unfortunately, we've been so thoroughly conditioned to believe that weight management is complicated that we can't accept this simple truth. We want it to be about good foods and bad foods, about metabolism types and body shapes, about anything other than the uncomfortable reality that we might be eating too much. And I get it. I really do. It's much more comfortable to blame the evil carbohydrates or the demon fats or the wicked processed foods than to admit that maybe, just maybe, we're eating more than we need. The diet industry has spent billions of dollars convincing us that weight management is mysterious and complex, requiring special foods, special timing, special combinations, and a special knowledge that only they possess. Because if people understood that it's simply about eating less, there'd be no money in it at all. Think about it. How do you build a multi-billion-dollar industry around eat less food? You can't. But you can build one around eat these special foods at these special times with these special supplements while avoiding these other foods and things that are secretly sabotaging your results. It's brilliant marketing. Take something incredibly simple and make it seem impossibly complex, then sell people the solution to the complexity you've created. Very clever indeed. Point 2, portion sizes and quantity. We've completely lost touch with what a normal portion size looks like. What we consider a small meal today would have been considered enormous just a few generations ago. I was at a restaurant recently and I watched a woman order a Caesar salad because she was being good by choosing a healthy salad. This salad arrived on a plate the size of a hubcap, drowning in creamy dressing, covered in cheese, and accompanied by a half a loaf of bread masquerading as croutons. It probably contained more calories than an extra large pizza, but because it was called a salad, she felt virtuous in eating it. She may have been mentally pleased with herself, but her body couldn't care less. If that meal had more calories, fuel, energy, call it what you want, than it needed at that time, then she will gain weight, simple truth. And the reason for her mistake is because most people are absolutely terrible at estimating how much they eat. Studies have shown that people underestimate their calorie intake by 20 to 40% on average. That's not a small error. That's the difference between maintaining your weight and gaining a pound, half a kilo, every couple of weeks. We've also become masters of calorie amnesia. We remember the salad we had for lunch, but forget about the handful of nuts or a Mars bar or Pringles that we grabbed at 3 p.m. We remember we missed breakfast as part of our new intermittent fasting regime, but we forgot about the cream and chocolate in our coffee, the couple of biscuits we had with our tea, and the taste testing we did while cooking dinner. These forgotten calories add up quickly. A few extra bites here and there can easily add up to several hundred calories a day, which over time become noticeable weight gain. But because we conveniently don't remember eating them, we convince ourselves that we're barely eating anything at all and still gaining weight. How unfair. This is the disconnect we're dealing with. We become focused on all the details of what we're eating, taste, texture, flavor, etc., but completely ignore how much we're eating. It's like being concerned about the brand of bricks you're using to build a wall, while completely ignoring the fact that you're using 10 times more bricks than you need. The wall is going to be massive regardless of whether you use premium bricks or budget ones, as you are simply using too many bricks. Feed your body the right amount and it'll maintain a healthy weight. Overfeed it and it'll store the excess as fat. Simple as that. We don't want to hear this because it puts the responsibility squarely on our shoulders. It's much easier to blame the food, the restaurants, the food companies, the government, our genetics, our metabolism, or anything else rather than accept that we might be eating more than we need. And I understand why. Taking responsibility for our food intake means we have to make some uncomfortable changes. It means we can't blame external factors for our weight. It means we can't buy into the latest diet fad or miracle supplement. It means we have to do the boring, unglamorous work of simply eating less. We might have to eat much smaller portions. We might have to skip some snacks or meals and say no to second and third helpings. We might have to actually pay attention to how much we're eating instead of mindlessly stuffing our faces. But here's the thing, once you accept this reality, weight loss becomes infinitely simpler, as you don't need to ever again worry about any of the complicated nonsense you've been told and sold. You just need to eat less than you need. That's it. That's the secret. That's the entire game. You can eat pizza and lose weight. You can eat chocolate and lose weight. You can eat bread and pasta and potatoes and lose weight. Conversely, you can eat the most virtuous, clean, healthy foods imaginable and gain weight if you eat too much of them. Nuts, avocados, salmon, grass-fed beef, olive oil and quinoa all have calories, and if you eat enough of them, you'll gain weight just as surely as if you'd eaten their processed equivalents. The sooner we accept this basic truth, the sooner we can stop wasting time and energy on complicated diet schemes and focus on the only thing that actually matters for weight management, how much we eat. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Martin, if it's so simple, why are so many people struggling with their weight? The answer to that question is, simple doesn't mean easy. Understanding the principle is simple. Applying it consistently in our modern food environment is challenging. We live in a world where calorie-dense food is cheap, convenient, and available everywhere. We're surrounded by larger portions, constant food advertising, and social situations that revolve around eating. We're stressed, busy, and often eating mindlessly. But none of this changes the fundamental truth. If you eat more calories than you burn, you'll gain weight. If you eat fewer calories than you burn, you'll lose weight. So what does this mean for you? It means you can stop feeling guilty about eating foods you enjoy as long as you eat appropriate amounts of them. It means you can finally escape the endless cycle of trying new diets and feeling like a failure when they don't work because they're trying to solve the wrong problem by focusing on what you eat instead of how much you eat. It means you can stop stressing over whether carbs are evil or if you're supposed to eat 6 tiny meals a day or fast until your soul leaves your body. You see, the solution isn't finding the perfect diet. The solution is learning to eat the right amounts of whatever foods you choose to eat. So, 1. Learn to eat the right amounts of foods to get all your body's nutrient requirements. And 2. Learn to eat the right amount of calories to meet your body's energy requirements. 2 simple rules. Is this always easy? No. Is it always comfortable? No. But is it simple? Absolutely. And sometimes simple is exactly what you need. So the next time someone tries to sell you on the latest superfood or the newest diet trend, remember this. As far as weight is concerned, let me say that again to be clear. As far as weight is concerned, your body doesn't care whether your calories come from organic broccoli or a gas station hot dog. It cares about the total number of calories you consume. Weight management isn't about eating perfectly, it's about eating appropriately. And appropriately means eating amounts that match your body's needs, not amounts that match your desires or emotions or social situations. That's the uncomfortable truth about fatness. It's not what you eat, it's how much you eat. Everything else is just noise. If you need my assistance with any of this, I will leave a link in the description. I thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate your company. I look forward to spending some time with you again. Bye for now.